You gotta wear sunglasses to watch above it all. That's correct, folks. That's correct. All right, folks. So, I've got some breaking news here. So let's get right into it. So, I want to start this segment by saying
Antifa exists.
So, there was this thing that was done during the Trump administration where Donald Trump, this guy.
Antifa exists.
In between his, little tirades about soup.
And then they have cans of soup. Soup. They're so innocent. This is soup for my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police.
Right, so yeah, the anarchists were taking these big bags of soup. And so Biden revokes Trump order naming Seattle, Portland, and NYC anarchist cities. Remember that over the summer? Seattle, Portland, and NYC were anarchist cities. It's incredible. And so Biden has officially revoked that, folks. We are back. The anarchists are gone. They've been driven out. So let's read. President Joe Biden on Wednesday formally revoked a series of presidential orders and a memorandum signed by Donald Trump, including one that sought to cut funding from several cities that the 45th president deemed anarchist havens, and another mandating that federal buildings should be designed in a classic aesthetic. What the fuck? Since taking office last month, Biden has revoked dozens of Trump orders and issued dozens more of his own, so as he's sought to target foundational aspects of Trump's legacy and promote aspects of his own agenda without going through Congress. The latest state of revocations targeting a grab bag of issues, including a few that Trump signed in his last months in office. I gotta take this off. I can't read. I can't read this fucking shit. All right. Oh, wow. It's really bright in here. Trump issued a memorandum in September that sought to identify municipal governments that permit anarchy, violence, and destruction in American cities. The memorandum followed riots during anti-police and anti-racism protests over George Floyd's killing in Minneapolis by Minneapolis police. The Justice Department identified New York City, Portland, Oregon, and Seattle as 3 cities that could have federal funding slashed.
And they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they...
Those cities in turn filed a lawsuit to invalidate the designation and to fight off the Trump administration's efforts to withhold federal dollars. Seattle City Attorney Pete Holmes welcomed the Biden revocation, saying he was glad to have this nonsense cleared from the decks. Trump, in his promoting beautiful federal civic architecture... I'm sorry. Trump, in his quote, promoting beautiful federal civic architecture, unquote, intoned that Americans' forefathers wanted public buildings to inspire the American people and encourage civic virtue. The memorandum added that the architects should look into America's beloved landmark buildings, such as the White House, the U.S. Capitol, and the Supreme Court, the Department of Treasury, and the Lincoln Memorial for inspiration. Another order halted was one of Trump's issued in his final days of the presidency, dubbed the Ensuring Democratic Accountability and Agency Rulemaking. It called for limiting the ability of federal agency employees in making regulatory decisions. Biden also revoked a 2018 order that called for agency heads across the government to review welfare programs such as food stamps, Max, please do not lick my coffee cup, Medicaid, and housing aid, and strengthening the work requirements for such certain recipient aspects. Anyway, Max the dog has a new collar, everyone. Check this out. Check this out. Look at that. Look at that bright red. Aren't you a bright red doggy? So anyway, that's really funny. And I would like to close this segment out with...
Antifa exists.